Yes, family. And as I continue to say, oh yes, and we are blessed as we are here reassembled in our consensual assembly of coordinated care, concern, and compassion for the people, the brothers and sisters of the world, where we will continue in our examination and evaluation of our history, our heritage, our custom before we were disconnected by the holy power for our disobedience to that holy covenant. And we shall continue with the exclamations of sorrow, with the acknowledgement of the power and the wrath of the holy power creator, and keeping his word and exercising the punishment of expulsion of the tribe and kingdom of Judah into the lands of Babylon under Nebuchadnezzar. And we shall understand the dread, the travail of the holy royal people. In the book of Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 1, I am a man that has seen affliction by the rod of his wrath. He has led me and brought me into darkness, but not into light. Surely against me is he turned. He turned his hand against me all the day. My flesh and my skin has he made old. He has broken my bones. He has builded against me and compassed me with gall and travail. He hath set me in dark places as they that be dead of old. He has hedged me about that I cannot get out. He has made my chain heavy. Also, when I cry and shout, he shuts out my prayer. He has enclosed my ways with hewn stone. He has made my paths crooked. He was unto me as a bear lying in wait, and as a lion in secret places. He has turned aside my ways and pulled me in pieces. He has made me desolate. He has bent his bow and set me as a mark for the arrow. He has caused the arrows of his quiver to enter into my reins. I was a derision to all my people, and their song all the day. He has filled me with bitterness. He has made me drunken with wormwood. He has also broken my teeth with gravel stones. He hath covered me with ashes, and you have removed my soul far off from peace. I forgot prosperity, and I said, my strength and my hope is perished from the Lord. Remembering my affliction and my misery, the wormwood and the gall, my soul has them still in remembrance and is humbled in me. This I recall to my mind, therefore have I hope. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I will hope in him. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeks him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth. He sits alone and keeps silence, because he has borne it upon him. He puts his mouth in the dust. If so be there may be hope. He gives his cheek to them, or him that smites him. he is filled with reproach. For the Lord will not cast off forever. But though he cause grief, yet will he have compassion according to the multitude of his mercies. For he does not afflict willingly, nor grieve the children of men, to crush under his feet all the prisoners of the earth, to turn aside the right of a man before the face of the Most High, to subvert a man in his cause, the Lord approves not. Who is he that says, it is come to pass, when the Lord commands it not? Out of the mouth of the Most High proceeds not evil and good. Wherefore does a living man complain? A man for the punishment of his sins. Let us search and try our ways, and turn again to the Lord. Let us lift up our heart with our hands unto God in the heavens. We have transgressed and have rebelled. You have not pardoned. You have covered with anger and persecuted us. You have slain. You have not pitied. You have covered yourself with a cloud, that our prayer should not pass through. You have made us the outscoring and refuse in the midst of the people. All our enemies have opened their mouths against us. Fear and a snare is come upon us. Desolation and destruction. My eye runs down with rivers of water for the destruction of the daughter of my people. My eye trickles down and ceases not without any intermission, till the Lord look down and behold from heaven. My eye affects my heart because all the daughters of my city, my enemies chased me sore like a bird without cause. They have cut off my life in the dungeon and cast a stone upon me. Waters flow over my head. Then I said, I am cut off. I called upon your name, O Lord, out of the low dungeon. You have heard my voice. Hide not your ear at my breathing, at my cry. You draw near in the day that I called upon you. You said, fear not. O Lord, you have pleaded the cause of my soul. You have redeemed my life. O Lord, you have seen my wrong. Judge you my cause. You have seen all the vengeance. You have seen all their vengeance and all their imagination against me. You have heard their reproach, O Lord, and all their imaginations against me. The lips of those that rose up against me, and their device against me all the day. Behold, their sitting down and their rising up. I am their music. Render unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands. Give them sorrow of heart, your curse unto them. Verse 66. Persecute and destroy them in anger from under the heavens of the Lord. All praises. And family, that was Brother Prophet Jeremiah giving cause and clarity, discernment of the desolation and destruction of the daughters of Zion, the children of Jerusalem, as they fell from the covenant for their continued disobedience and were led into the hands of Nebuchadnezzar, taken into the Babylonian captivity, and in the majesty of the manifold meanings of the holy history. Brother Prophet Jeremiah was speaking to us unto this very day. We are destroyed. Our homeland and the mindset and the remembrance of our homeland is desolate. We are prisoner. We are captive. We are at a low estate. And we reach forth back into the heavens as we rehearse the righteous acts and submit ourselves most humbly to the grace of the holy power. All praises. Happy Holy Sabbath family. We are at honor and review and evaluation for the edification of the holy hidden nation, the 12 tribes scattered abroad, and the brothers and sisters of the world. And as we marinate, we're marinating, we are measuring, we are appreciating as we break down these strongholds in the darkness of history of this carnal captivity. We now are tuned with our ears so that we may now submit ourselves to the lyrics of learning, the petitions of prayer for protection and continued peace as we persevere and endure. And so now we are gathering the sage and the salve of the wonderful songs in the book of Psalms, the writings of Brother Prophet King David, the apple of the Lord's eye, chapter 53, verse 1. To the chief musician upon Mahalath, Maskil, a psalm of David. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Corrupt are they and have done abominable iniquity. There is none that does good. God looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand, that did seek God. Every one of them is gone back. They are all together become filthy. There is none that does good. No, not one. Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Who eat up my people as they eat bread? They have not called upon God. There were they in great fear, where no fear was. For God has scattered the bones of him that encamps against you. You have put them to shame, because God has despised them. Verse 6. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion, when God brings back the captivity of his people. Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad. All praises, family. And that is the patience and the prayer of the saints, all those who keep the commandments of the Holy Power Creator and have faith in his word manifested in the flesh, the holy anointed Messiah and Savior. Ah, yes, family. What a wonderful celebration this Sabbath in the wisdom and the royalty and the pain and the prayer of the holy people scattered abroad, those who have lost their land, their language, and their names. but we shall, with our continued determination and diligence as we seek our soul's salvation and continue to wade and wave away the darkness of ignorance of our true identity and purpose within this earthly realm, within this material, carnal, colonic container. As we continue to refine and define our walks on that path of righteousness given to us as an example by the Redeemer, the wonderful, the King of Israel, whom the world refers to as Jesus Christ, who is the Word of the Holy Power Creator made flesh. That same word written on stone and given to brother prophet Moses as a holy covenant to present to the congregation, to the nation, the true church, the 12 tribes of Israel, to observe and to do, so that we may be deemed worthy for entrance into the 12 gates of the kingdom of heaven on earth. Let it be done. So be it. And family, this is a continuing battle of the spirit. Good versus evil, light versus dark. And as we continue to wade through the flock of humanity within our mixture of the Gentiles, we shall grab and pour out of the midst the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And so, family, we shall reconvene in peace and love and comfort and safety and joy and education. Happy Holy Sabbath. Do good, be good, rest well with the honor and glory of the holy power. We shall be together again. And until we are together again, I love you. I love you. I love you. This is Revelations.Unveiled. Detroit. The book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 27. And you shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. And to the scattered tribes, here is your promise of comfort. Book of John, chapter 3, verses 14 through 17, into Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Verse 17, for God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. You shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end.